Hello and welcome to today's MJ News Digest March 23, 2021. Here are today's headlines. Sidharth's secret MJ project. MJ's Lush Getaway for sale. Neverland Returns. And, Karen Faye spills the tea. So, our first story is from India Today, and Sidharth Shukla, we've covered him before, says something's coming up while posing like Michael Jackson. So Sidharth apparently recently dropped a major hint to his fans about his upcoming project. He posted a picture of himself where he's seen in a dance pose just like Michael Jackson. There he is on the left, and apparently that's supposed to be Michael Jackson on the right. That is not Michael Jackson. Dear me. Big Boss 13 winner Sidharth Shukla enjoys a strong fan base on social media. He interacts with his fans and keeps them updated about his work life. Good man. The actor recently shared a new picture on Instagram that dropped a major hint about his upcoming project, but he didn't share much information. So what could this secret MJ related project be? Apparently in the post he said something's coming up. Definitely a Michael Jackson pose, isn't it? So I would imagine this is something Michael Jackson related. Does anyone know what Sidharth has got up his sleeve? Is it some kind of Indian celebrity dancing on ice? I don't know. But anyway, it's all good news. Over to Irish Central, and Michael Jackson's County Cork hideaway goes up for sale for $7.5 million. Michael Jackson spent several weeks in this luxury 25-acre estate in the outskirts of the scenic town of Kinsale in 2007. Wow. So this is where he stayed with his children in 2007, and it's on the market for 7.5 million or 6.3 million euros. Ballinacura House, I hope I pronounced that right, is a 25-acre estate on the outskirts of Kinsale in County Cork, and it's rented out to apparently European royalty, A-list celebrities, and of course to the King of Pop in 2007. It looks absolutely beautiful, doesn't it? It just gives us this article gives us a chance to have a look at where Michael Jackson stayed in 2007, and I wonder if this is what it looked like when Michael Jackson was there. It certainly seems befitting for a king. Look at that, absolutely gorgeous. Wow. Have you got $7.5 million? Anyway, onto Twitter. So this is, Neverland is returning. So MJ Fam and Twitter are in a bit of a tizzy about this. So this is Michael's Little Angel says, guys, I went on Michael's Neverland Ranch on Snap Maps just to see if anything would come up. And they're bringing in new... I need glasses. They're bringing in a new ice cream truck, or perhaps they're renovating the original ice cream truck. But also other posts relate to the fact that they've renovated the movie theatre and also the train. So Rob Swinson said he was a consultant for the creation of Neverland, has confirmed that the two trains from Neverland, Catherine and CP Huntington, have been returned to the ranch. So what is going on? And that probably the Magic Carousel will be returned very soon, along with something called a Manco Slide. What's a Manco Slide? I guess it must be some kind of amusement ride. Most of the fans that have replied to these threads seem to think that it's going to be open to the public, much like Graceland. It says here, after seeing all of this stuff going on with Neverland, what do you guys think? Nothing has been confirmed, but what do you think? But as I said, most people seem to think it is going to be opening up for visitors. I've covered this before. I do not believe it's going to be opened up for visitors. The legalities around permits and also the locality of Neverland Ranch kind of make that impossible. But I'll share with you why I think why I think all this is happening in a moment. But let's just see what other people have to say. It says here that also, and a few other people have posted this, that apparently new parking lots have been built close by. And so that's given more weight to the fact that perhaps visitors are going to be allowed. Why else would you build parking lots? Well, I think there's another reason why, and as I said, I'll get into that in a moment. But most of these people most of the fans do seem to think that it's opening up for visitors. And believe me, if Neverland was going to be a tourist attraction, I would be there in an absolute heartbeat. But I don't think it will be. We know that Michael Jackson biopic is coming, and I think that the reason why all of this renovation and all of the equipment is coming into Neverland is to film scenes for the biopic, and it makes sense that the parking lots are probably for the crew and for the artists. So don't get your hopes up too high. I don't think it's going to be a tourist attraction. So staying on Twitter, dear me, Karen Faye, she went off on one on the 15th, so it was last week. I'm going to highlight this one tweet. I did post it on the community tab on YouTube. She said, commercial sponsors for concert tours are necessary. They are expensive and rarely come from the artist. She's referring to the financing the tours. After MJ lost his sponsorship, he relied on Arab financiers. Tariq Ben Ammar was put in place to manage the history tour. They made Marriage to Debbie Rowe a part of their deal. Oh. If you followed Karen Faye on Twitter, this is the kind of thing to expect, I guess. And a lot of people said, well, I thought that he married Debbie Rowe because Catherine wanted him to. And I can't remember at the time if Michael Jackson said that himself or if it was just a quote that was attributed to him. But many of us believe that. Someone else said, well, she explained it. The Arabs... Ooh, don't say the Arabs wouldn't sponsor him if he had kids out of wedlock, because that would be against their culture / religion and would be bad for marketing. Now, I get it would be against Arab culture and religion, but would it be bad for marketing? Would the general public, would most people know that the history tour was being financed by an Arab organisation? I'm not sure. We know that the history tour was sponsored by Kingdom Entertainment, which was an organisation created by Michael Jackson and Prince Wally, I can't remember his surname. And perhaps this Tariq Ben Ammar, well, it looks like he was part of that. It'd be interesting to dive a little bit deeper into that and to find out what Tariq's involvement in Kingdom Entertainment was. Kingdom Entertainment also financed the Ghosts short film. So I can see this making sense from a business point of view. Santi Palski says, what? Why? What does MJ marrying Debbie have to do with anything? Well, we've kind of explored that. Tonya is that and doesn't believe it. But Caramelli says, no, it actually makes sense from a business point of view. That's just what I was saying earlier. And Chris Mattis says, in other words, Michael had to make the decision to marry with Debbie Rowe for business reasons. And from what I remember, the history tour was financed by Kingdom Entertainment right from the start, from the get-go. But halfway through the tour, I think it was about halfway through the tour, there was a break in the tour when Michael married Debbie Rowe. So I guess this means that the marriage was arranged for quite a while. Karen Faye also goes on to say that apparently Debbie wanted Karen Faye out of the picture, and she worked with Tariq to get her fired, and Karen Faye was fired. But we'll get back onto that love triangle in a moment between Karen Faye, Michael Jackson and Debbie Rowe. But yeah, as I said, it does look like perhaps this marriage was planned right from the get-go, maybe even while they were planning the history tour and while Kingdom Entertainment came on board. It's interesting anyway. So yeah, according to Karen Faye, she says that Michael Jackson, after she was fired, Michael Jackson brought her back after the tour, and then he made Debbie apologise to Karen Faye in his presence. Can you imagine that conversation? Wow, to be a fly on the wall as Michael Jackson was making Debbie Rowe apologise to Karen Faye. I don't want to think Karen Faye is lying about anything. I can't see what her agenda would be. But yeah, if you go onto Karen Faye's Twitter, she absolutely went off, especially about the people involved in the This Is It tour. So search for her tweets. I'll link her Twitter in the description. I'll put a link in there. But search for her tweets from the 15th of March. She does not hold back. Onto our YouTube recommendation of the day. This is really stupid, but it just makes me laugh. This is Michael Jackson in the freezer. This account has obviously stolen this from TikTok. See what you think. I'll play it in its entirety. It's only 15 seconds, but I'll also link it in the description. Michael Jackson in the freezer.
I'm hungry, bro. Let's see. I ain't got no food, bro. Yo, who the fuck put Michael
Jackson? and that's it for today's MJ News Digest. Thank you so much for watching and for listening. I truly appreciate it. Stay safe and like, comment and subscribe, because the best is yet to come.